In boxing, Tszyu sent an ominous warning to Jamel Charlo, flooring his latest challenger Carlos Ocampo in just 77 seconds to likely set up a blockbuster fight against the American star for the undisputed light middleweight championship. The Australian wasted little time in his maiden world title defense, coming out swinging from the opening bell at the Gold Coast Convention and Exhibition Centre. Tszyu landed 10 of 20 power punches, mostly to Ocampo's head, and knocked the Mexican down twice. First with a precise right hook and again with a devastating left hook to leave referee Danre Tabdasan no choice but to end the contest. Tszyu's fastest knockout and fourth first round win of his career sees him improve to a 23-0, which includes 17 knockouts. He is now expected to fight Charlo in Las Vegas for the Americans quartet of belts at 154 pounds by no later than September 30th this year, per the WBO's recent mandate. Tsyu's promoter and No Limit Boxing boss, George Rose, revealed discussions for an upcoming fight already underway with Charlo's camp. Ocampo went down so early, if not very painfully. I don't know. Monday, how much would it take you to get in the ring with anyone?
One thing about boxing, even the loser goes on with money.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, there's some situation that can get me into a boxing ring, knowing that all right, if I get in there, if I entertain people, if I get beaten, at least I'll still come out with something to feed on. I'll still be offered a very good.
Unfortunately, there's every chance you could get into a ring with an Evander Holyfield. You could get into the ring with a Mike Tyson. The kind of punches that could drain at you could be as heavy as a bear's paw or a bag of cement.
But you can always choose the easy way out and then just give up. Just throw in the towel. When you throw in the towel, then that's it.
Watching that bout, 77 seconds overall. After the first knockdown, I felt like he should have just stayed down. I don't know how the referee justified that this man could go on. But as long as he was standing straight, he effectively passed what is tantamount to a sobriety test. But ultimately, I wonder if, when it comes to this boxing thing, because when I was younger, I could never really get into it. But watching that bout, it felt like I was watching something akin to Rocky Balboa, just throwing haymakers.
I can relate to that because I've seen that movie Creed, and it talks about how legendary these old boxers were. I kind of like your boxing reference. I mean, going way back in time, the likes of Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. You didn't mention Muhammad Ali. Who was
No, I didn't, because Muhammad Ali wasn't a power boxer. He was a technician, which is why he's still the greatest.
And he was getting the results, so that's what makes him the greatest. And he was certainly doing it.
Well, we don't know because sometimes these they all build themselves up. They all promise the defeat of their opponent. It is like a gladiatorial match between two men or two women. And when they get into the ring, one goes down, the other stays up, and then you realize one was always weaker than the other. One was always underprepared than the other. One was probably slower than the other. So it feels like everything is promised at the beginning, but there can be only one winner. And sometimes when you watch a match like this, sometimes it's not even close.
Yeah, and when it comes to boxing, it's also very unfair for the spectators. It's also very unfair for
Yeah.
people who had their money on a particular boxer, and they come in and someone is already out in the first 60 seconds.
I mean,
It's very painful.
sometimes boxing audiences, boxing lovers, just go there to watch a great bout, and then they are expecting 5 rounds minimum of
That's what it is.
intense boxing between two powerful athletes, and then they get 77 seconds of fight. Whoever bet on Tszyu to win, or Team Tszyu, I should pronounce that well. There are too many consonants in that name. But Team Tszyu, whoever bet on him to win, I suppose they won't be upset that he barely broke a sweat and was given the belt after just 77 seconds.
Well, for them, it is just easy money. It just came, sat, and then the money came back, returned to them,
But
and then they will.
you know, even the tickets that are paid for to go watch those bouts, and then you're out of there after about, I don't know, 2 minutes, because some of these bouts, especially when it's the main card fight, you spend about 3 fights before that waiting for the main deal to happen,
Event.
and then it's over in an instant. And then without those previous matches, you wouldn't feel like you've gotten your money's worth.
I mean, that's what they're there for, and I understand the pain of. But for some persons, they're entertained by those featherweight boxers who come around to do their thing, to just get known by other persons. Many people are entertained. In a boxing ring, they have lots of entertainment. There is music before the main event. But for some people who might just want to see the main event, because many people are not just there for the boxing. They're just there for maybe networking, getting to have fun apart from boxing. Like someone like me, I don't like the MMA. I don't like boxing. I don't like seeing someone punched. So I wouldn't even bother to even go there.
All right. Well, I think we've had all the time we can get with you. So always a pleasure having you on the show. And one of these days, I will offer you maybe 50,000, and I'll just keep raising the price to see how long it takes for you to agree to get in a boxing ring.
50 is too small because 50 cannot guarantee me a card at a very good hospital. All right. So I need to weather my options because if I'm to get in with you, Michael, I'm sure I can't stand you.
It wouldn't necessarily be me. I think my fighting days are behind me. I am just the messenger right now. Thank you for joining me on the show, Monday. Always a pleasure.
It was great to talk sports with you, Michael. It's always very fantastic to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
All right. And to everyone at home or at work, wherever you've had the opportunity to catch us on Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. It's always a pleasure having you join us on this journey. My name, as always, is Mikhail Tinubu. Remember, life is never boring with some sports. Have a wonderful evening.